Hello, my name is Haley O'Connor and I'm the formal garden manager at Filole. I'm here in our historic olive orchard to talk about a renovation project that's underway. Renovative pruning is the process of bringing something down drastically, and that's what you're seeing behind me. So these trees were planted in 1919 at the same time that the gentleman's orchard was planted, and they were planted as really tiny saplings. They're mission olives, which grow to be 30 to 40 feet if they're really happy. And they were planted on 19-foot centers, which means that they were planted 19 feet apart. So for a tree that grows 30 to 40 feet wide, you're going to have an overlapping of 10 feet, which just means you're going to have 10 feet less light. So over time, these trees have started shading themselves out. And this isn't the first time we've done a heavy renovation. In the 1980s, we renovated them to 14 feet for the same reason, so they would have light and be healthy and vigorous. This is an example of some of the dieback that we're seeing. It's much more dramatic in higher canopies, but basically these trees have grown over each other so drastically that they've just shaded out the lower growth. So we're seeing a lot of dieback. Olive trees want sun, they're from the Mediterranean, they love California, but they definitely don't want to be shaded out. So we're bringing back that canopy to a beautiful 12-foot range, and each side of the olive tree will get sunlight and growth and hopefully olives. This project is being done in 3 phases. We're doing 2 rows at a time with the idea that we will block out the parking lot view from our main house view. We'll also preserve the canopy in the tree and the habitat. The birds that call this orchard home appreciate that, as do all of our guests that use this as a picnicking area in the heat of summer. I'm in the canopy, or the future canopy, of one of these beautiful olive trees to show you the sprouting that we will be selectively pruning off to create a new canopy. So we'll leave this beautiful sprout, it'll grow out. We'll probably leave 1 or 2 of these other sprouts, and then the rest we will prune off. And actually pruning at this stage is little more than what you see doing. So we're down at the visitor parking lot to show you a tree that was renovated 10 years ago. It was brought down to about 8 feet. It looked identical to the trees in the olive orchard in front of the house. This was once a tiny sprout like you saw on the renovated tree. It was selectively kept, and other water sprouts were pruned off to give it the most stamina. As you can see, this is a gorgeous branch, and the tree is full of them. So that's what you can expect to see in the olive grove. I think it's going to be gorgeous. So when we were weighing our options, we thought about removing half of the trees so that 19-foot center could become 40 feet. That didn't really solve the problem. We also felt like the trees had such deep roots and required so little irrigation in a time of drought. It was more responsible to keep every beautiful tree we have. That's when we decided to just do a heavy renovation, which in our trial tree was so successful. We have full confidence that this olive orchard will be back to its glory in about a decade.